Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm going to brush my teeth, but in a different way. As you know, I've been kind of looking into alternatives for keeping the environment clean of as much garbage as possible. And saw this in a nearby store. This is the environmental toothbrush made of bamboo, I think, with bamboo bristles. And in addition, we also have some toothpaste here that comes in a jar. So the main reason I want to do this is that because there's all the talk on the news about how you've got a lot of plastic entering the environment, we thought, well, let's try some alternatives. These are available in a nearby alternative supply store, health food store type of thing. And I just thought, well, let's give these a try. Now, I've actually run the toothpaste past my dentist. I said, is this okay to put on my teeth? Is this like charcoal or something? He had a look. He said there's actually perfectly fine ingredients in here. No fluoride, so it's probably not the best for preventing cavities, but maybe if you do it every other day or something like that. So let's give this a whirl. Now the toothbrush will be fine. I think I pretty much know what to expect with that one. Going to be retiring my old plastic one. I hope the last plastic one that goes into a landfill. The toothpaste kind of reminds me of a scene in Dick Tracy from 1990. There's a bit where Tracy takes in the street kid and he gives him some toothpaste, which is not a paste, it's a powder. You actually see when the kid licks at it to investigate, powder drops off. And the kid sort of says to him, you know, for a tough guy, you're into a lot of pansy things. So, yeah, maybe this is going to make me a pansy for using toothpaste. I don't know if this is like a clay material. Is this the powdery stuff we saw in the movie? Let's find out. So let's just open it up. And of course, the nice thing is it comes in a jar, so we'll be able to reuse that. A bit of plastic already. And, ooh. Oh, weird. It's like it almost looks like makeup. And it says here, I think it's quite interesting, the instructions, scoop from jar with toothbrush. Like just stick the toothbrush in there and scoop out a bit. And it's even funny, they say, yes, it's okay to dip your brush directly into the jar. The essential oils in this toothpaste are incredibly antiseptic. So let's try it out, I guess. So, what does the bamboo toothbrush look like? It is there. So yeah, it's a toothbrush made of bamboo, very light. And the bristles, you know, the bristles feel like, I wonder if the bristles are not actually bamboo, because they look like the plastic stuff. And I'm wondering, maybe you have to snap the head off and you throw that away, but this part is still usable? I will check my instructions. However, let's brush our teeth. Now, I will spare you the gory details. I'll do a little censoring around it, but let's actually give it a try. So, wetting that, scooping some of the... Well, it's not a powder, so I won't be reliving my Dick Tracy moment. This is actually more like a paste. Like it's got that clay... It's like mud. Yeah. Mud or clay that's going on there. I'll wipe my finger. Let's see what this feels and tastes like. Well, there we go. I hope you appreciate that. I've spared you the gory details. The after effect, I feel like I brushed my teeth, but during the brushing process, it's like, it's almost gritty in a way. I don't know. But I do have a pepperminty, which is the flavor. Ironically, the same stuff from Dick Tracy. Yeah, it feels like I've brushed my teeth. It feels okay. And the brush itself, yeah, it feels like any other brush. In fact, it's quite light. It's a lot lighter than my good old-fashioned plastic one. No specialty reach style, go for the back molars, but I've never believed in any of that stuff anyway, so this will be perfectly fine. But the toothpaste, It's interesting going on. I think it's all right. Yeah. Again, the after effect, I feel perfectly fine. I feel like I've brushed my teeth like normal. But during, I felt like, oh man, this is going on like gritty sandpaper, charcoal, mud, yuck. I'm applying makeup to my teeth. Ends up that's not actually the case. So, an interesting first experience. I will be trying out more of the toothpaste and trying to do more of it. But without the fluoride element, I think I got to be careful. So it'll probably be some days this, some days the other. Right, well, that was an interesting one. Interesting enough that it's worthy of a follow-up. It's actually about a month or so later from when I first filmed that, and I thought I would give some final thoughts and observations about using these two, because my opinion slightly changed now that it's been a while. On the toothbrush front, it has a few problems. These bristles are not in there very well. I was finding, as I was sort of scooping the toothpaste out of this thing, get to that in a second, the bristles would kind of be flared open a lot by all the goop that's on there, which is fine. And then as I was brushing, I discovered that almost every single time I used this thing, there were little, like, I was pulling the bristles out of my actual teeth. Like, this thing was not holding together very well. And I thought, right, this is no good. This is a bad product. I'm not going to recommend it. But I have made a further discovery, and that is, ironically, using it with this toothpaste is actually a little bit of a problem. Since you actually open this thing up, and inside here you've got this, you can almost make it out there. I've actually been using this quite a lot. When you go in and you scoop up, you're actually flaring out the bristles quite intentionally. If you just use like a regular toothpaste and just scoop it or pour it along the top, it's actually been fine. So maybe if I wanted to, and I'm questioning if I really want to bother with this, I could maybe use a spoon or a little like butter knife and scoop it in there and then apply it onto the bristles. I don't know if I really want to bother to that degree. However, having said that, since using regular old toothpaste and just squeezing it on the top and going at it as per normal, the bristles have remained okay. So I don't know. It's the build quality is not fantastic, and especially ironically, here I am scooping this toothpaste out, and it's actually sort of a bigger part of the problem entirely. So it's like it's not really designed for it. The toothpaste, this also has a problem. The jar actually rolled off the counter, and I don't know if you can make it out, but it's actually split there. So we got like a broken lid on this thing, which means I guess this is going to dry over time, and the whole idea of this being a reusable container is a little bit shot. The lid is cheap plastic, and it has split very, very easily. So again, not a great product. I think I'll try a different toothpaste rather than this particular brand. And a final thing about this, at first I was wondering if I was just being particularly messy or something. You know how when you're brushing your teeth, you invariably have little bits of the foam flying out of your mouth as you're going? I was noticing, and I'm going to put some footage in here, the tap was actually getting very spattered with what I thought was dirt or mud or something. And I thought, who's been washing their muddy hands in the sink? And I realized, no, that's actually coming from this toothpaste. And it's pretty regular. Every time I was sitting there brushing away, I was splattering this gray goo all over, sort of brown mud it looked like, all over the tap. So I've had to clean that off pretty consistently. So, and that's something that normal old toothpaste doesn't have the same problem with. So I don't know if I would really recommend these, at least not this particular brand of toothpaste, this peppermint, who does it make? Uncle Harry's natural toothpaste. Yeah, not sure I recommend them. And the toothbrush is all right. I think just so long as you're not scooping with it, because those bristles are going to come loose. And honestly, every other time I used it, I was pulling bristles out of my teeth. So, yeah, just thought I'd do a little follow-up there. Buyer beware, I guess. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.